The language that Celicia and I use to talk about the discourse community that I have chosen for this project has the potential to be misunderstood because not everyone knows the terminology used within the cheerleading discourse community, and this can make it difficult for people to understand what we're talking about. And oftentimes when people don't understand something that you're trying to explain, they tend not to listen and tune you out, especially when you're trying to remove a stereotype that they already have about you. The language is not necessarily stereotyped. The context of that language is what is stereotyped. Celicia and I are both a part of a separate discourse community where that dialect is what is stereotyped. We were both raised in Southern homes, so we both have Southern accents, and we both use words that are a part of that Southern dialect, words like y'all. The stereotype around the content of the language being discussed in this discourse community is perceived by the general public in that cheer is not a sport and we are not hardworking athletes, and that is where most people's minds go when the subject of cheer is even brought up. The stereotype that cheerleaders are dumb blondes who like to cheer on their boyfriends at football games and take pictures in the uniform is way outdated. Adding on top of that, the stereotype of Southerners being uneducated based off the way we sound when we talk does not help to debunk that stereotype. The language used is really important in the cheerleading discourse community because it's what brings us together and keeps the world of cheer separate from what everyone thinks it is. Most of the population could not walk into a cheer practice at Celicia and my old gym or our school team and be able to understand what Nate was talking about or be able to do the things that we do. And that's with any sport. I could not walk into a wrestling practice and know the terminology and be able to talk to the wrestlers about it or even execute the things being discussed. This perception of cheerleading is wrong because of the things I stated previously. In the past, cheerleading was just about going to football games and cheering on the boys. Over time, it has evolved into an extremely dangerous and competitive sport. I just want to change the perception of cheerleading. We're not dumb blondes that like to jump around and cheer on our boyfriends. We are athletes just like any other athlete. We work hard, train hard, and not just anybody can participate in our sport.